Hi everybody, it's Pioneer Ninja coming to you live from the woods. Well, not live, because it'll be recorded, but you know what I mean. So here behind me is our log cabin. I'll show you more of that later. It's kind of a really rainy, crappy day right now, so I'm only doing a short video from the deck, but we'll do a full tour of the woods and where we get water and everything else later. So what I want you to notice, looking off the deck into the rain, I don't see any houses. I don't see any power poles. I see a lot of woods. The only cars I see are my dad's truck and then my truck. Otherwise, it's just woods with no one else around. We've got our little bunkhouse, little sleeping spot. Over there is the shower house with a heater so we can go in and take a nice shower. Right there's the shed where we keep all of our firewood, because guess what? We don't have a furnace here either, guys. We have to start a wood fire to keep warm. And it's supposed to get cold tonight, below freezing. We might even see snow in the morning. And look at, when you don't have electricity and running water, when it's raining, you put out a big bucket to collect water to do your washing with. I wouldn't drink it, but you collect your water from the rain. And there we go. There's our fire pit too. It's raining, can't have a fire. I'll be back with more video to add to this later. See you guys. All right, so from our parking spot, we're gonna walk up this little hill and I'm gonna give you a tour of camp. In the summer, all this in here, all these dead looking branches, right here, and then in there too. Oh, there's Jacob on his wheeler. This is all raspberries. And we pick these raspberries to eat and to make jam and just to snack on. They're so yummy. Here's our fire pit. We can cook on it, roast marshmallows, just sit and enjoy the fire. Over there's a bunch more raspberry bushes in the summer. So this building here is the bunkhouse. There's a heater in there and a couple beds. That's the first sleeping place they made here when my parents got this property. Over here, this building here, is the shower house. Remember, we don't have running water. So if we want to take that shower, we have to go all the way into the woods, get our water. And then we come in here, and we've got this nice little building. And this is our shower stall. But guess what? Look, no faucet here. We have to heat water up on the stove and put it in that bag in order to have a nice hot shower. And we've got a furnace in here to keep it warm on cold days. All right. We've got the wood shed. Keep all the tools and stuff. Up there on the hill is the outhouse. If you got to go to the bathroom. And there's the main cabin. And I'll give you a tour of the inside of the cabin here in just a little bit. So we got lots of fun places. Also, guys, look at, we don't have a refrigerator here. We have to use a cooler. Got to put ice and all your food in a cooler because we can't just open the fridge or the freezer. So, hi Jordan.
Hi.
Say hi to Pete, Neba.
Hi Pete. Hi Aba.
Tyon.
Tyon.
And Alex.
Alex.
Sammy.
Sammy. Hello.
She's tired from walking. Here's our deck that we sit on. Sometimes we just like to sit here and enjoy nature. All right, guys, now I'm going to take you for a tour of the inside of the cabin. It's not going to look like your regular houses.
What's our plan? Are we going somewhere?
All right. So we walk in our cabin. We got no light switches or anything. And it's just one room. So on this side, we got a couple beds. And we have our kitchen. Look, we don't have a regular stovetop or a microwave. Look at that. And if we want to bake something, look at this. We have to build a fire in the stove and cook on the stove. And we can bake things in the oven. Yesterday we made biscuits, and today my mom's gonna make apple crisp. It's gonna be so yummy on a cold day. So that stove that we cook on, and that stove right there, is how we keep the cabin warm. We don't got a furnace, so we can just turn it up. You gotta build a fire. We'll show you guys how to build a fire later. All right, there you guys go. Hey guys, something that might look familiar to you that we have in our own cooking room. We have one of these fancy dancy apple peelers up here too. There it goes. That's something you guys have all seen and used before in the cooking room. Look at that. Nice and easy, right? That's going to be for the great apple crisp we're going to have for dessert later. And because I didn't videotape her earlier, there's Coco. Coco, say hi. She's the camp dog. She also needs a haircut. Are you going to say hello, Coco? Say hello. All right, guys, it's a nicer day. If we want to go to the bathroom at the cabin with no plumbing, no electricity, guess what we got to do? Go to this little place here called an outhouse. That's where we go to the bathroom, guys. Outside in nature. All right, so I'm standing down where we parked the trucks. And there's the cabin and the bunkhouse and everything. So I want to show you guys something. We don't have running water here. So if we wanted to go get water, I got to walk down this trail right here with a bucket or a pail. Into the woods. And again, there's nothing around. So when you're living in a place that's not the city, off grid, as they say, just getting the stuff you need every day is a lot more work. You got to gather or grow your food. And sometimes you have to walk a long ways to get some water. So, to get water, there's things called a spring, which is a place where the water naturally comes out under the earth. We found a spring by this big tree that's uprooted. And we built this little platform here. And if we take this cover off, there's a big, deep hole of water. And that's where we scoop up our water to get water to wash the dishes, water to take showers, and to clean things. It's just kind of out in the middle of the woods. There is nothing around, but that's where we have to go to get our wash water. I wouldn't drink this water unless we boiled it first, but you could if you had to. But you definitely want to boil it first, because if you don't boil your water first, you could get sick. So there you go. So there's the platform with the blue lid over our spring. There's the big tipped over tree that fell over a long time ago. And it probably fell over because there was so much water there that it couldn't stay in the ground when the wind blew really hard. So you got to fill up your buckets, and then you got to carry those heavy buckets all the way back up this big long trail that we walked down and up to the cabin. It's really good exercise, but it's a lot of work. Pioneer Ninja's coming to you from the middle of the woods. If you lived off grid, you couldn't go to the grocery stores. You would have to actually go out hunting for food. Jordan, right now, is in front of me bird hunting, hoping that we can get some good grouse for dinner, which is kind of like chicken. But you know what else is happening right now, guys? It's snowing. Snowing in the woods. There's Jordan up there wearing orange. And this is one of my favorite walks down this trail, because at the end of this trail is a nice little river where we hang out in the summer sometimes on hot days. It's kind of like being at Bellman, except we don't have that building to go to and use the bathroom. But walking on trails through the woods, getting some fresh air. All right, guys, so we are walking down this hill. And do you hear that? And do you see down there through the trees is the river rushing? So we got to keep walking down this trail. And the river's down there. Now be very careful when you're walking, because look, there's rocks and tree roots sticking up everywhere. So you gotta be careful. I've fallen lots of times. And it rained a lot yesterday, so this water is rushing. It's going fast. The river is full. So in the summer, when I'm here, where this little waterfall is here, you can walk right across there to the other side of the river without hardly getting wet, and the kids play in there. But right now, it's too high, too fast, and too cold to be playing in the river. If you look over here, out there, that's like our swimming hole. It's really deep in the middle, and on hot days in the summer, the kids swim in there. And one year, we even built a raft with logs that we found. And the kids would stand on that raft and paddle out in the water. It was fun to build. They had fun doing it with their grandpa. Also here by the river, we've got some rocks, a rock wall, and we have a little fire pit. Sometimes we'll make tea and cocoa and then sit on our bench and just watch the river. There we go, flip the camera around. So here we are. Nice little walk with Pioneer Ninja. We're gonna continue on walking a little bit, and then I'll give you guys a tour of the cabin and all the buildings later, okay? Miss you guys, see you soon. All right guys, we've got the river down there. I've climbed to the top of the hill now. And this is another part of the trail. We call this the Jody Trail, because my mom made this trail and her name's Jody. But in the summer, it's gonna be kind of hard to see. But you see all these little twigs here? These little plants? In the summer, they're green, and this whole hill here is covered with blueberries. Those are all blueberry plants. So if you were living off grid and couldn't go to the grocery store and you had to get your fruits, you would come up here like in July and August, and you would walk around and you would find all these little plants with all the blueberries on it, and you would just sit and pick blueberries. Also up here in the woods, we have a lot of raspberries and some strawberries in the spring. So yeah, this whole hill is covered with blueberries. So you can sit up here, pick blueberries, eat them for a snack, and watch the river go by. It's a big old pine tree. It is a beautiful day up here, guys, but it is cold. It's only about 35 degrees out. We're wearing hats and gloves. But we're getting our fresh air. At least it stopped raining, since yesterday it was raining all day. All right. And there's Jordan. She's still trying to get us our dinner. All right. We've come out of the woods right there. And we came out onto the railroad tracks. And we're going to walk on this trail next to the railroad tracks till we get back to the cabin. See that? Blue sky, no houses, No cars. Quiet. Good morning, guys. It is about 7 in the morning. Just got out of bed. As you can tell, look, see, when you're living off grid, no water, you can't just turn on the water and fix your hair. But this morning I woke up and it's super cold out. Can't see my breath. I can see it. You can't. It's 19 degrees out. And guess what I woke up to? Snow. It snowed just a little bit. So it's just covering the ground a little bit this morning. Our forecast for tomorrow up here in the Northwoods, sometime tomorrow, it's supposed to start freezing rain, and we're supposed to get like 5 inches of snow up here. I'll be leaving tomorrow to come back to reality, so hopefully that doesn't start till after I leave. But woke up this morning to some snow, so I'm going to have to wear my long johns, my boots, hat, gloves, everything to stay warm up here and keep that fire going in the cabin all day long. Okay, go.
I'm going to show you how to untie the rope. What's going on?
So tell us what we're looking at, Jacob.
We're looking at a rope.
A rope for what?
Like rope shape. Sometimes you can just hold down and I'll come down.
But why do you have a gate?
No moose come in my house.
So no moose come in your house. You might want to have to just walk around your gate right now.
No, I got it. You need to see this. Pull it. Pull it, and sometimes it should come out. Well, maybe I can untie this cake over here. So, you pull from right here. You pull up, you pull down. Then what I do, I have this big piece of wood right here. I do that. Throw it across there.
Okay, so tell me about your place here.
I'm gonna have to erase it later. Now, so this is our axe place. We usually lay our axe and cut wood, and here's some wood to cut. And I've had some stuff. Oh, come in here. I have a little window that I cut like an axe. Look out. I have this little pan that I put over my fire and I cook stuff. Cook hot dogs, I cook cheeseburgers, I cook.
And where do you cook your stuff?
In my fire pit.
In your fire pit.
I'll get the leaves out so I can show you.
Cool. And tell me about this down here.
We pee in it.
You pee in it? Who dug that hole for you to pee in?
Me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, anything else you want to tell everybody about your shelter?
I want to show you guys how.
Don't fall in.
You see right now there's a piece of wood in it. It goes way deeper than that.
Whoa. So tell me about this sign. What does your sign say?
No girls around, only moms, grandmas, and dogs.
Except this sign says no girls in but Coco and Grandma. All right.
No.
Good shelter. I can't. Okay.
Sometimes when this was very hard, I would do this.
Whoa.
if I want to take it off, I would go over here. We can see I left this here. If I didn't have this here, I'd grab that one, do it like this, but you need to take this off. See? I would climb it. This tree with my boots on will tell you something bad last time.
All right, so Jacob's got his own shelter by the
And my
cabin.
axe is down there.
Oh, and the axe is down there, but we're not going to play with the axe today. All right.
Yes.
All right, guys, one of the ways we have to get around and have fun out here in the woods is on our ATVs. So I'm sitting on my machine, and instead of walking every place, we can drive and get places a little bit faster. So the family's way out in front of me, wearing their helmets, being safe, but we get to drive around down the road. And riding on wheelers is sometimes a really fun way to get to see a lot of things. Maybe see some animals if we're lucky. And get there a lot faster than if we were walking. If I was walking, I would not be going this fast. Right now I'm going about 13 miles an hour. You probably can't see that because my machine is old and all scratched up. Oh, look. There's the rest of the family. They've decided we're going to go to the left. There's Jacob. He's waving at you. Jacob and Jordan have their helmets on. They're being safe. And we're going down this road here. Still looking for birds to make for dinner. But this road here is called the Honeymooners Road. All these little roads and trails kind of have their little names. So this is what we call it. We call it the Honeymooners Road. So if we go someplace on the wheelers or walking, we tell people we're going down the Honeymooners Road so that they know where to go. So if you don't come back because you're hurt or something, they know where to look for you. You always want to make sure when you're off in the woods far, far away that you tell people where you're going so that you can be safe. You never go someplace alone or without telling anybody where you're going. All right, I'm going to shut this off for now, guys. And we'll see you again in a little bit. All right, Jordan and her dad were able to get us enough grouse for dinner that Grandpa cleaned and Grandma cooked.
Yeah.
Pete,
Mom,
it's not chicken nuggets, but they're good.
Does anybody have a heart to show?
Where's the heart? We ate the heart.
Jakey and Jordan ate the heart. Grandpa didn't even give.
Morning, guys. Pioneer Ninja coming to you from my living room. I am back home from the North Woods, back where I have electricity and running water and all kinds of conveniences of home. Stuff that we didn't have up in the woods living off grid. So if you were to live off grid all the time, and that was how you chose to live, or that's how you had to live all the time, it's not just fun for a weekend or fun for a month, but you would have to do a lot of work to be able to live there all year long. You would have to be able to gather a bunch of food, not just for that day or for that week, but you would have to preserve it to make sure it lasted you all winter long. You would have to hunt and smoke your meat or can your meat. You would have to gather lots of fruits and vegetables and put those up as well so that they last and they didn't rot and you had food to eat all winter long. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I can live up there and eat the food when it's fresh, but I don't have the skills myself to be able to do all that canning and all that preserving and making sure that I had enough to last for a whole winter. I would love to live up there off grid at that cabin from like May to about this time of year. And then I would want to come home for the winter because it gets cold and dark and lonely. And when you don't have anything to entertain yourself, like a TV or even lights that you can easily turn on, you go to bed like at 8 o'clock at night. As soon as it gets dark in the winter, you're going to bed. So there's not a lot of entertainment up there, but it is a great way to live. It's healthy. It gets you off those devices, which we all know we're on a little bit too much sometimes. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think you would want to live up there? Do you think you would want to do that for a day, for a week, a month, for a whole year, or not at all?
A year.
Jacob says he would like to live up in the Northwoods for a year. What would you do for a whole year up in the woods?
Deer hunt.
He would deer hunt. What else?
Cook.
Cook? What else?
Maybe eat.
Eat. He would cook, hunt, and eat. So that's Jacob's priorities. But Jacob would also have to cut a lot of firewood to keep warm all winter. You'd have to haul a lot of water, wouldn't you?
I'd pay somebody to do that.
Jacob says he would pay somebody to do that, but you know what? I didn't see any neighbors up there that you could pay to do that stuff for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed getting a little tour of being up in the North Woods and living off-grid. Some people choose to live that way all the time because they think it's a good lifestyle, and some people don't have a choice. That's how they have to live all the time. So we're really lucky that we have light switches and running water and all of that. But to some people, that's not important or even an option. So I hope you enjoyed it. Kind of our little virtual field trip that you guys got to experience some of the stuff that I enjoy for some of the year. I think it'd be really fun to have you guys up there for a little bit, but that's a long ways away. That place I went to, 5 hours away. That's like a whole school day away. So we will see you guys later. Let me know what you thought of that. I'm really interested to see if you have any questions or how you would feel about having to live like that. We'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.